Charlie Parsons up.
Yeah.
Why?
Because it might make me look better.
He wants to be taller.
Yeah. Oh, right up. Well,
Yeah, it doesn't go up loads.
now show me. That's it. Now show me. Okay.
Can I keep that bit in? Charlie Parsons. Why are you being so horrible to me this week? Charlie Parsons for Boxing Social in association with William Hill.
I'm being so horrible to you. I'm driving you around in an Escalade all week, getting you tickets to the Yankees, going over you. Did you not tell him that I got him those tickets?
I was the one that paid for him, so he dumped me in.
Really? What, you paid for them?
Yeah.
You know they were freebies. Did you pay him for them?
He charged me a tenner, which is a bit tight, isn't it? A tenner.
No, they're comps, so he shouldn't be.
I didn't get one.
Oh, yeah.
How are we, mate? I've interviewed you so much over the last week.
I've got a bit of a cold. I've had a bit of a cough for about 7 weeks. I think I might have had COVID a few months ago, and it's not really gone away. Which is remarkable because I remain committed to the gym and obviously my intense fitness schedule. This morning I was out at 7:30 in the morning doing 7k over Central Park, Parsons. Didn't see you there.
Well, I wasn't invited.
Okay. Last night I went to Stretched, which is a new thing. I think I spoke to you about it yesterday. It is a new facility. There's this place in London called Stretch Lab as well. Don't get paid by any of these places, but I'm just letting you know I have to pay when I go there as well. But I do admire an establishment that I believe provides a great service. Stretched and Stretch Lab, 2 places I recommend you try. You go there for 25 minutes or 50 minutes and you'll be stretched out by like a physiotherapist or whatever, like literally everything.
Bit sus, isn't it?
Not really. Not unless you're like a tit like you and would think that was sus, but it's for your well-being, Parsons. Something you don't have to worry about at 17 or whatever you are, but one day you will. When you're 44 and you're doing 7 or 8k around Central Park and then you wake up the next morning and you can't walk, stretching is important in the fitness schedule.
Have you got a men's health deal? Because it's not been mentioned.
Prick. I was with Men's Health today, Men's Health USA actually, doing a big shoot with them. And yes, I am a columnist for Men's Health UK.
Let's get on to the actual boxing stuff. Anthony Joshua, will his next fight be pay-per-view on DAZN?
Undecided. I think depends on who that opponent is. At this point, if it's Dillian Whyte, yes, I believe it would be. But it doesn't look like it's going to be Dillian Whyte at the moment. So opponent pending, really. Can't really give you an answer for that.
I know yesterday you not categorically, but said you don't like the Miller fight. Since then, I believe Salita has come forward and offered it to match for him.
No.
Definitely not.
No, I mean, one, it's not a fight that I would consider at the moment. 2, Dimitri Salita came on yesterday and offered me Otto Warling. No one's offered us Jarrell Miller.
Is Otto Warling still with Dimitri Salita?
I believe so. I mean, that's the message I got from them. And no, not Jarrell Miller.
In that case, then, what is just in general like? What are Joshua's thoughts on Miller? I know that there was a lot at the time, and it was animosity and just like
I honestly never discussed Jarrell Miller fight with AJ now, so I understand that it could be a big fight, and do I rule it out forever? I don't think it would be wise in this crazy boxing world to rule anything out forever. Obviously, I don't like what happened. I do understand it's a big fight, but it's not something we're looking at the moment.
Dillian Whyte, can you see yourself working with him moving forward away from the Joshua fight? How is the relationship at the minute?
The relationship's good. I mean, I've had a fight-by-fight relationship with Dillian Whyte virtually his whole career, and we've done every one of his fights apart from one since he was in meaningful fights. So yeah, I mean, but like anything, we can't just do a fight. We have to also do a fight that works economically for Matchroom and DAZN as well, in terms of the fight, the size of the fight, the subscribers, everything. So, but yeah, we'd love to continue working with Dillian Whyte, and if we can't get the AJ fight of the line, we'd definitely like to look at other alternatives.
Eddie, what were your thoughts on Badou Jack's tweets regarding the Canelo stuff?
I think it's all fair from both sides, really. Look, Badou Jack doesn't have to take the fight, and Canelo certainly doesn't have to go up to 190 or 200 to take a fight. When Canelo goes to 175, it's much too much weight for him. Like, we know that, but that's what he likes to do because he likes to test himself. to go up to, was it 180 or 185, I think was agreed. You're really getting to a stage where he can't actually even weigh that, Canelo. Like, it's difficult for him to actually be that heavy after a training camp. Certainly 200 pounds. And although we know that Canelo is a far superior boxer to Badou Jack, with all due respect to Badou Jack, giving away, Badou Jack probably went into the ring for the Makabu fight, I don't know, 210? And I would think Canelo Alvarez would go into the ring at 180 or 185 max. You're going to be giving away 25 to 30 pounds in the ring. So Eddie Reynoso and Saul, as much as they want to chase history, they're not going to put themselves, they've already put themselves at an unfair advantage at 175. So, I don't know. But I like Badou Jack as well, and I've got nothing bad to say about him. He will know what he can make safely and what he can't make, and it's got to work for Badou Jack as well.
Where are you at with Wood-Warrington and the WBA regarding Kolmatov?
There's a lot going on behind the scenes at the moment on that whole thing. We have a call, I believe, pending with the groundsman and the club to talk about a couple of weekends that we have targeted to stage Wood-Warrington at the City Ground. If Nottingham Forest are ready and prepared to stage a historic event for British boxing and a historic event for Nottingham, we are ready to go and try and make that fight. So, again, we have to deal with the Kolmatov situation as well, but we want to go full steam ahead with Wood-Warrington if we can.
Tyson Fury teasing another big announcement. Do you have any ideas as to what it might be?
No idea. I mean, look, I see Tyson Fury fighting in September, October. He'll want to, but I've no idea who it could be.
Just lastly with me, obviously next week clashing with a Sky show. Are you going to have any sort of Dalton Smith, July 1? Are you going to have any French on Cruz against Marshall? Are you going to have any conversations about trying to have a different main event time?
No. I mean, look, I'm sure that's a good show as well. It's not, but I really like Dalton Smith against Sam Maxwell. I think it's a great fight, and the problem is as well. We keep talking about. I really would like an earlier start time as possible, but we've got some really good fights on that card, so it is what it is.
Just quickly on that, are you able to open discourse for Sky regarding a clash or not really because of the old relationship, etc.?
I don't. That's one for Frank Smith, I think. I'll let him deal with that sort of stuff. But yeah, I think, I mean, the problem is George Warren called us recently and set his start time at 9 p.m. for the Conlon fight, and we set ours at 10. And obviously they had an issue at the show, and they ended up going at 10:15, 10:30. So it's very difficult with overrunnings. Listen, we want to work harder to avoid clashes, full stop. But sometimes I mean, on this occasion, you've just reminded me of that show. I didn't know that show was happening, and I'm sure it's a good show. But we're focusing on Smith against Maxwell. I think it's a great domestic fight.
Okay, we're done. I'm getting the evils off Laura. Eddie, thank you very much for your time as always.
Thanks, Parsons.
Banter.